Because I feel like I am quite confident. You need to be single and work on yourself. When I'm walking down the street, I am literally strutting. I think this is like the #1 reason that I'm so happy. Today we have got some sushi. I ordered this from Wasabi. This is literally my favourite sushi, like avocado maki is the best. The question is, what is the best sushi place? I feel like I am loving Wasabi at the moment, mainly because there's literally one around every corner in London. Like everywhere I go, there's a Wasabi, so it's just so easy to get it from there. But I love Yo Sushi because of like the curries and all that. Actually, I went to this amazing sushi restaurant in Bristol called Yakinori, and that was literally maybe the best one I've been to actually. I'm gonna put this in here. So this video is going to be sushi and self-love tips. I am going to start eating my sushi. I've got some chopsticks here. I can actually use chopsticks. Ooh, okay, dip it in the soy sauce. Okay, this is too much to have in one bite. I've realised these are actually quite big pieces of sushi. Uh-oh. As this is a self-love video, I have purposefully not done my makeup because we love a no makeup day. So the first thing is check your socials, check who you're following, check how much time you're spending on social media. The other day I was thinking about the fact that social media is the most complained about media and like the most criticised, but it's the one that we can control the most, which is really interesting. I feel like people naturally, including me, just love to complain and criticise about something until they're given a solution that includes changing their own behaviour, which is such a controversial statement. And I'm not sure if I should be saying that, but it's so true. I think it's just because it's so easy to place the blame on something other than yourself, and it is a bit of a hard pill to swallow that you are responsible for so much of your own happiness. For example, if I was a super insecure person, like constantly comparing myself to others, why am I spending 3 hours a day on the TikTok For You page where anything could come up to trigger me? That specific example that I just used like doesn't apply to me, but I'm definitely so guilty of like spending so much time on social media and following people that don't make me feel good about myself. So now's the time to change that. Social media can be such a positive place, and I feel like I've got to a point where it is a really positive place for me because I only follow people that I genuinely love their content or like get inspiration from them in some way. I don't follow anyone that would like make me feel like uneasy at all as soon as I like see their posts come up. It's interesting because I feel like there are some people that like almost have an addiction to people that they don't actually like or make them feel like jealous. For example, if you look at anyone with a fairly large following, there'll be so many hate comments, and usually those people are the ones that spend the most time consuming that content, and it's just like, well, if you don't like them, don't follow them. So after this video, or even during watching this video, literally go through everyone you're following on Instagram and make sure that every single person you follow is someone that you like get something out of their content and you genuinely enjoy their content. Also, don't forget, you don't have to be on social media. I think it's seen as like this thing that everyone needs to have. Next tip is to dismantle the beauty standard in your head. So obviously there is a beauty standard, and as a whole it's hard for it to be destroyed because it's like so deep into it now, but you can change it for yourself. I really feel like I've done this, and I do want to acknowledge that it might be easier for me to say because I do match the beauty standard in a lot of ways, but I've noticed that I definitely think of the world differently and like view people differently. I think that when I see people, I don't think about the way that they look as much, and also I feel like I see beauty in like a different way and like see beauty in so many things that like maybe the beauty standard wouldn't recognize. This is definitely a hard thing to do. I know that there's like a lot of books about this, so you could like read about it. There's a book called The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf, which is apparently amazing. I've not read it myself, but it's all about the beauty standard and like the effect of it. I think for me, I just did it through changing my mindset and realizing that it's all made up, basically. It's literally like all an illusion. A lot of the time, like, you'll be holding yourself to that standard. So if you can't even like drop the standard for yourself, then it's going to be hard for like other people to drop it for you. And also, you create most of your own reality. So if the beauty standard isn't there in your head or is like significantly reduced, then you're going to see the whole world in like a different way. It's difficult as well because we've been conditioned so much to try and figure out which parts of you actually are and like which parts have been kind of like trained by that standard. For example, the way that I present myself in terms of like outfits and makeup is very suited to the beauty standard, but it feels very natural for me, and I don't know if that's just because I've been conditioned that way or if it's because that's just what I like, and it's probably a bit of both. But just remember that you don't need to go to like a full extreme of like never wearing makeup again and never dressing in a certain way and kind of like never thinking about the way you look ever again, because it's just not realistic, and sometimes it is fun to just like dress up. It is a really hard balance between thinking about it enough to criticize it and break it down, but at the same time not thinking about it to the extent where you just like drive yourself insane. This is such an obvious one, but like take care of yourself, eat well and exercise and all that, and do it all from a place of love instead of a place of hate for anything about yourself. For example, you don't want to be going to the gym thinking like, I want to change this, this and this. You want to be changing that mindset to, I want to exercise to keep my body and my heart healthy, or something like that. Once you do everything from a place of love instead of a place of like hate and like wanting to change things, then that is like such a big step towards self-love. Realize that everyone is thinking about themselves more than they're thinking about you. So if you're ever feeling insecure or like worried that people are going to notice a certain thing about you that you don't like, they probably have not noticed. I talk about insecurity with so many of my friends, and whatever they have told me, I've literally never noticed. For example, like one of my friends said the other day that she was like, she didn't really like her teeth, like they were a bit wonky, and I was like, I've literally never thought about your teeth before, because when you talk, I just listen and like think about whatever we're talking about. I'm not looking at your teeth thinking like, do you know what I mean? Like, people never notice as much as yourself. Like, you are your harshest critic. I'm gonna have another piece of sushi. To be honest, I feel like I've had sushi so much that potentially I'm going off it, which I'm ashamed to say. But I don't know, it's just not hitting the same today. I don't know if it's just because I've had it too much. Like, I always get this. Do you know what always hits though? The inari tacos, like the sweet tofu tacos. That is the best thing I've ever tasted. I think the fact that these are such big maki rolls like that, I don't like that. Like, I prefer them smaller, which sounds weird because usually I prefer a bigger portion of anything, but like, I don't know, I just prefer the ones that you can just have in one bite, because I'm struggling a bit like biting them in half. Also, I feel like sushi sometimes makes me feel a bit sick because I'm thinking about fish. Like, I never get the fish one, obviously, but like, whenever I'm eating sushi, I'm thinking about raw fish, and then I'm like, feel a bit sick. I think it's something about the rice as well, because like, doesn't rice like easily carry bacteria or something? Am I just making that up? But like, I'm thinking about the fact that the rice, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Next question. Romanticize your life. I think this is like the #1 reason that I'm so happy, literally, because I put my life online and I like create videos out of my life and like Instagram stories, like I take loads of photos, I make those videos. I'm essentially creating like a highlights reel and like a montage, a very like beautifully put together montage of my life. And obviously there's loads of things in my life that don't get put online and loads of stuff that isn't so glamorous, but like, that's so normal and that doesn't matter to me. It's just the fact that I have all these like keepsakes of like beautiful videos and photos makes me so happy. And I know that maybe this is not the same for everyone, but if it helps you, take loads of videos and photos of your life, like your best moments, and like when you're having so much fun and when you've got like fun plans. just record it all, because it's so beautiful to look back on. Like, I'm so happy that I have literally got a record of my life through like YouTube and Instagram and everything. So you don't have to post it anywhere, literally just like keep it for yourself. You could even make little video edits and just keep it for yourself, or like have it on private. I think a lot of content creators and like people who record so much of their life, like it's so easy to recognize like what you're grateful for, kind of. Relationships and dating, a classic topic. If you're very reliant on people and you keep ending up in like toxic relationships, you need to be single and work on yourself. I feel like it's such a classic phrase when people always say like, oh, you need to love yourself before you love anyone else or whatever. And the reason that is so true is because whenever you don't love yourself and you get into a relationship, you often don't have the like respect and confidence and love for yourself to end it when something's wrong. And I've literally been through this in the past when I've known that someone's not quite right for me, but I've not had that like love for myself to be like, okay, no, like they're not worth my time or whatever. I'm going to talk a little bit about confidence, because I feel like I am quite confident. I'm quite a confident person. I've like come so far with this because as a child and like young teen, I was quite shy, like very shy. So I don't know like where this has come from, but in the same way I do. First of all, don't assume people's opinions about you before they've even told you or like given you any indication of how they feel about you. I feel like a lack of confidence sometimes comes with like thinking that people won't like you, or thinking that people are thinking certain things about you, whereas they're literally not. You sometimes just have to assume that everyone likes you, because they probably do if you've not done anything wrong. And then if you're assuming that they have this good opinion of you, you're going to be more confident in like approaching people, making friends with people, starting up relationships with people. Another thing is the way that you speak to people. For example, instead of being like, sorry I'm late, say thank you for waiting for me. Or I'll never overly apologise for something if it's just like a little like minor thing. For example, if I make a tiny little mistake with something at work, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry about this, like it won't happen again and all this, because that makes me sound so insecure about what I've done. Obviously there are some instances when that reply would be appropriate, but in like day-to-day life, when it's like a small thing, you can just reply saying like, sorry about that, fix it for you. That is literally what I would reply to things. Also, I notice in like messages and emails, like some people say sorry to bother you, and I just think that is the most unnecessary sentence to put like in a message or an email, whether it's to do with work or just like messaging someone you know. If you've got something to say, just message that. Don't dull yourself down for people, because the right people are already on their way to you or already in your life. And if you're feeling like you should not say certain things in front of people, or kind of like dulling down who you are and the things that you're passionate about, then they're not your type of people. And if you're holding yourself back, you're already like leading a false impression of yourself. So it's not going to be like a true friendship between those people. So just be your true self at all times, which is such a classic phrase. Another confidence one is posture and body language. So like when I'm walking down the street, I am literally strutting. When I'm in like a work situation, or say if I had like an interview or something, I always make an effort to do like good posture and like, do you know what I mean, like this sort of thing, because it really does show confidence. And you don't want to be like kind of like slouching, like a bit nervous, like not sure what to say. Like you want to be like, and this goes for like social situations as well, like if you're opened up, then you're going to be more confident. Present yourself in a way that makes you feel like your truest self and like completely you and completely comfortable and confident, whether that's to do with clothes or makeup or whatever you want to do. I noticed that whenever I put an outfit on that I think looks really good, I always just like have the best day or the best night. Like I just absolutely love it. And I know that there is something superficial in that, but at the same time, like life's too short. Like I'm gonna put on a good outfit to make me feel confident. And the last thing you can use to work on your self-love is journaling and crystals and meditation and manifestation. Everyone probably knows that rose quartz is the crystal for love and obviously self-love. These are the 2 rose quartz I have. They're so pretty. What you can do is just like have them next to you whilst you're journaling, like literally write down all your feelings and get it all out, because whenever you write, I feel like you get into a flow and then things just come out that you wouldn't have thought in your head. I also have some jade, and any green crystals are like to do with the heart chakra, so that's obviously like to do with love and self-love. So you can use green crystals like jade, green aventurine, green calcite, like there's loads of different ones. If you look up on YouTube, there's loads of guided meditations and guided manifestations for self-love, and you can just kind of like hold your crystal and like harness the energy of it whilst doing those meditations or manifestations. I think that is all the self-love and confidence tips I have for today. I honestly think I could talk about this forever. Like, I have so much to say, but this would be a very long video, and I feel like I've said the main things. I have nearly finished my sushi. I'm just gonna finish this off now. Yeah, I think I definitely prefer Yo Sushi. Like, that would be my favourite. I need to try some like independent ones, because I only really go to the chains at the moment because I just know them and I see them all the time. I'm wishing everyone the best on their self-love journey. I feel like it never really ends, if we're being honest. Like, because I feel like I've portrayed myself in this video like I'm literally the epitome of self-love, but I just want to let you know that it's can be like an up and down journey. Like, it's not just like straight there and then you're sorted for life. Like, it's literally going to be something to work on every day forever, which is sad in a way, but also nice in a way. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. It's not that I want you.